my kind of sharing the journey, I guess, is the way I look at it. It's been really fun. Well, yeah, like I'll talk to people every so often, and that's kind of cool. And I kind of have this idea of like, I'm just gonna fix this monitor. I kind of have this idea of like, almost like telling the story as I'm designing it. Like, it's been kind of fun. Like, cause I'm talking through what I'm doing, and I think that's kind of cool. Cause I'm like, oh, yada 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 yada. This is the house. This is blah, blah, blah. But I'm not like, this isn't stuff that's in my head already. I'm like just having ideas basically, and it's kind of like this weird sort of storytelling. Anyway, I am going to like been trying to figure out like the best flow from like sketching an idea into Gravity Sketch, pretty much. So I'm going to what am I going to do? I'm going to put this up near the camera. That's a really good idea. So smart, Sam. Now it looks like I'm talking to you, but actually I'm just looking at my own face. So I'm going to what am I going to do? Oh, I didn't write it down. Oh, so what I'm going to do, I was going to just jump straight into Gravity Sketch. I've been figuring out how to make a good flow for art, basically, like from 2D to 3D and yada yada yada. And I'm realizing like concept art, like I want to be able to do concept art, not as a job, but just like as a part of, I don't know, I just love concept art. Maybe I do want it to be my job. Ideally I just wouldn't have a job and I could just draw all day, which, anyway. So, but also like getting from concept art into as a process into the 3D stuff, because I've been doing 3D for a while now in Gravity Sketch. But what I found is that like as I've been learning concept art, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Like I'm a lot slower. It's really good though. I love doing it. So I was just gonna jump straight into Gravity Sketch. Now I was looking at this, I'm like, this isn't done. Like I want to say it's done, but it's not. So I think I'm not gonna do the shadows. I'm gonna do the color blockouts for the rest of this stuff. So yeah, what I've been doing is like color blockouts, and then what I'll do is I'll turn off this line layer, and I'll do another line layer, and I'll do like, if you do the color blockouts that way, you can then use them as essentially masks. So actually let me which I'll keep doing in Photoshop, because that's the Photoshop iPad, because it's got awesome brushes, which regular iPad also does, but I don't really know where they are or how to use them properly. Okay, so I was just like, all right, it's time to do the Gravity Sketch stuff, which I'm excited to do. And I was like, oh, I haven't really finished this. Like I've got a big problem where I don't really finish stuff a lot of the time. Okay, so let's start with the green.
Hi.
Fucking kidding me. Come on. Hello. Hey, Ghost. How you doing, Ghosty? Hello. Why didn't I hear that? Oh, I didn't have my headphones on. Alright. I get like crazy levels of performance anxiety if anyone's watching, so it's okay.
Hello.
Hello, the Wolver. How you guys going? So did you hear my awesome intro? I've been practicing my intro skills for quite a while now. So I hope so. Just working on some concept art for my some 3D stuff I'm gonna do.
I'm good, THXU.
Yeah, good, thank you. It's my Thursday morning in Australia. I get up before work and I do sort of like warm-ups. I'm why isn't the pressure coming through here? That's a bit odd. Brush settings, shape dynamics. That's odd. It's been pretty good previously. That's all right. I can do it without pen pressure. I'm doing color blockouts now. I was going to go straight from the sketch into, basically I'm trying to come up with the perfect flow to go from like concept sketching into doing 3D. And it's kind of like, what I've been doing is, so I'll pull out a bit. So this is the, maybe I won't start on the cabbages. That's not very exciting. I'll start on the ground so we can talk about it. So I'm doing this set design essentially for a game concept I'm working on, and sort of making the game at the same time, because like why wouldn't you? Well, there's lots of reasons why you wouldn't. And it's kind of like what I keep doing. I'm realizing is drawing way too much, and it's sort of like you've got to finish your dinner before you can have your dessert. As I'm like trying to teach myself, like, all right, well, if I sketch for this long, then that means I have to do like detail blockouts and stuff for this long. So, stop sketching and start doing the detail now, kind of thing. So, just making art really rigid and boring, essentially, because that's how my brain works. So this is kind of like based on those kind of like Earth ships, like. Actually, I might just draw and ask me any questions if you want. I always get so flustered when people come on the channel. One thing I've also been learning is like tidy as you go, because you're not coming back, or it's like leaving that problem for like oh, I'll fix it up in the polish phase, and it's just like that's just gonna be you as well. Like, so yeah. So color blockouts, I don't know, are you guys, or gals, or just general, are you all, any of you artists already, or like, if so, any tips? No, like, basically what I'm doing now is I'm doing these color blockouts, which are like, it's kind of boring, but like, actually it's really satisfying. The only problem is that this takes a while. But then you can use each layer as a mask. So you can do like, I'm actually a developer originally, or I don't know, I'm a baby originally, but yeah, you can, I really like the idea of like having kind of almost like a material layer, so I can like change like the properties of like all the wood in the scene and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I do this. But I've also realized I've been doing this like particular course where I've realized that I probably overdo it, and if you're good enough, you don't really need that level of control, because you just get it right to a certain degree. Oh, hang on, I'm going to share the stream on my Twitter. It's my little marketing attempt. My Twitter, if you want to hang out for longer. Okay. Oh no, longer. Oh no! Every time. Whenever I'm doing a stream, I'm just so calm and perfect, and when people come on, I'm just freak out. Hashtag stream, hashtag Twitch, hashtag game art. I don't know. Alright. Now see if my Twitter friends come on. Meet my Twitch friends. Oh no, this guy. He's alright. So I actually normally do this on the iPad, which is great for me because I can, it's been awesome actually, because I have been just more likely to just pick up the iPad and just get some like creative down when I'm not like working, if you know what I mean. It's been really nice, like learning how it all works. But I'm trying to like, kind of like master the iPad as a connection to the computer. Right, so I'm giving myself till 8 o'clock, so half an hour before I can start 3D modeling. Um, and then that'll be my like, lesson to myself. Like, this is what you get when you don't, um, when you try and do too much at once, basically. So yeah, these are kind of based on these Earthship houses, which I think are really cool. And yeah, basically it's like the whole thing's set in this sort of like post-industrial. Oh, it's like a pumpkin house. That's fun. Yeah, it's sort of like post-industrial like landscape that is kind of like based around these ideas of this lady named Bonica. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but B6, I think, or something like that. Around like the idea of like protopia, or like kind of just like realistic like science fiction images of the future, essentially. And I just thought it was kind of cool. I don't know why my pressure is not working. It's kind of important. It's alright. Maybe I might restart the app. Hang on. I do like the pressure sensitivity. Obviously, it's like a critical part of the stack. Alright, bring me back my pen. So yeah, it's this idea of like protopian futures, which is just basically that, you know, not everything's going to be fixed forever by utopian technology, or everything's going to be fucked forever by like the incorrigible nastiness of man. It's just that, you know, we're a species that'll evolve and solve these problems together, and we're kind of like a way of depicting that and thinking about it. And I don't subscribe to it as like this is my like doctrine or anything like that. I'd heard her talking about like that like need for like variety in science fiction like quite a while ago, like years ago, and I'd been thinking about it for a while, like, well, how do you tell a positive science fiction story like without conflict, right? And so the idea for this one is that this girl from like a good future essentially finds a radio receiver to a bad past, which is kind of an analog for now, and they like basically work together to solve some problems and shit. But it's kind of just like also a framework to share this, just like a sketch of the future basically. All right, so why? All right, pressure's back. We're back on with pressure. That's great. We need pressure, so we can do stuff like this. And then like, yeah, just having fun. Really, I've been having a bloody blast like doing all this like concept work. I got to the end of last year and just realized I wasn't really like developing my ability to tell stories, and that was really why I got into like VR development. It was to make original stories basically. Well, it's been like my life's goal, and I don't know, maybe I should just, I don't know, it always just seemed really unattainable to go to somewhere like Hollywood or whatever, because it's just, how is that even possible? I'm from like a small town originally, and I kind of understand now that anyone that wanted to be a writer probably could have been, and that the only thing stopping me from like trying to become like a writer for ABC comedy or whatever was like that I just didn't believe in myself. But also, so anyway, I was like, kind of attracted to like games development and VR as like this kind of like place where that kind of stuff could, like you could make it not as an insider. Yeah, which is nice. Well, and then it turns out that it's actually probably one of the hardest industries to exist. All right, now we're cooking. So I'm just going to listen to some music. As usual, someone said hello and it like literally like gave me a fucking heart attack of nervousness, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm still learning to stream. So the hard thing with this is like just figuring out the right detail level. But I think I know the detail level I'm going for here is pretty low. So you know what's cool is because I'm on the Photoshop for surely there's an easier way to do that. I'm on the Photoshop for PCs. I can do the straight lines. I don't really like straight lines that much, to be honest, but that's right. Still cool. Maybe this should be a different layer. Yeah, I haven't quite figured out the way what my layers mean, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Maybe it should be more like background, foreground, middle ground, that kind of thing. Oh man, so embarrassed. It's almost worse when people come on and then they're just like, see you later. It's not you, it's not me, it's you. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is good. I'm glad I'm finishing this block out because I was just gonna stop basically and go into 3D. Like my partner's like, well, why are you doing 3D modeling at all? Shouldn't you just be doing the concept art so that you can sell the game? And I'm like, yeah, I think so, but like, I think for me, my superpower is like, I can do all this stuff. And that ideally, like I want to make use the 3D to make kind of interesting concepts, like, you know, like kind of little animated vignettes and whatever. And to be honest, I secretly just want to finish the game and do it myself. Just be a recluse. But I'm giving myself till 8 o'clock, so it's 20 more minutes before I've got left that I can do color. Maybe even the colors, yeah, it's just a bit rougher, but that's okay. Everything's okay. All right. So I'm sort of like imagining these sort of like reclaimed office buildings, like and like urban, kind of like commercial urban spaces that become like, basically just get like rewild and rehumanized out of necessity more than anything. Like people are just like, hey, this is, you know. Alright, so yeah, create these little like kind of like puzzles from from creating the blockouts this way. I just like doing it as materials, but I can't have too many or you just go crazy. So this is the future blue, I like to call it, because it's kind of like, is it glass? Is it steel? Doesn't matter. It's future blue. And the other thing is that, yeah, like this is kind of what I learned from this other guy, is that like, if you're in charge of the pen, it doesn't really matter what layer stuff's on. Like once you're, like you do the block out, basically like just at the top level, and then everything beyond that's sort of more about blending it and stuff like that. But I kind of like this ability to control the edges and the materials to this level. I think it's cool. All right. So yeah, the main set that I want is this house and her family as well. But then I kind of had this realization that like I was painting a pretty like sad picture of the future where it's like they just live in this like it's just kind of Western colonial like idea of like homesteading where they just sort of live on this farm by themselves and I was like, well, what is, you know, what's a better version of that? And it's like, well, everyone has space because that's what you like about like the homestead vision, right? And connection to nature. It's the village, right? It's a small like natural place where everything, all your needs are met. You've got community. You've got a bit of space. You can contribute to the well-being of those around you by connecting with nature as well as whatever like natural, intellectual or physical skills you've got. You know, a bit of farming, bit of hacking, whatever. The other question I still have is, what's up here? It's like, what are the roads made of? Like, how do they create, generate, I think that's like one big thing with like Western thinking generally is that it's like it's got this assumption that it's the only like despite its perils of you know like despite the current obvious problems with capitalism and its inability to self-regulate in terms of like harm, it's the only way we can get the kind of technological advancements. I think a lot of like you know a lot of people even on a lot of sides of the fences would agree if you boil it down to this like they're a good thing essentially. Let's get you above that. There we go. So that's like a question I hope I can like not answer obviously, but play with in the book. So this started as a book and it still is a book. I just haven't published it yet. Well, I've written about 20,000 words, like the part one, pretty much. It's funny. I wrote the book so I could like figure out how to make a video game with it because I was like, I need to write I need a story for my game. And I was like, well, where do I come up with a fucking story? And then I was like, well, I could write a story and then like port it to a game. Yeah, it's look. I'm not gonna say my plans aren't complicated. No one's saying that. I'm not saying his plans are complicated, but when he wants to draw a picture, he writes a book to make a video game to draw a picture for. How are we doing for time? 7:43. Okay. I like love time boxing, because I've got ADHD. It's hard to like. I think it's hard for a lot of people to get their heads around. But if I don't time box, I like completely lose track of time to the point where it like makes me like not functional as a member of society. So like it takes a lot of effort, but if I can, you know, put things in time boxes, I actually get shit done, which is great. Okay, so that's the glass and brick layers done. I just won't go to rap mode on anything else. Should we do the glass for the buildings? Yeah, let's do it. Beep, beep, beep. Hey there, we're good. Good sunlight. Here I go. Yeah, so the one thing I won't do is the shading. My poor girlfriend, she just can't wake up. I just listen to it all morning. I'm up at like 6 o'clock because I'm a fucking cool guy with cool, cool characteristics. She just can't do it. I feel sorry for her. Well, not really. She probably feels sorry for me for being such a fucking overachiever. Okay. Let's do the green. Let's do the green layer. It's so funny, like, well, I don't know if this is funny, but like, this is what I was doing, and then people came.
Hello.
On. Oh, Jesus, fuck! It scares the shit out of me every time. Hey, Primal Gamer. I was just talking about how I was doing the cabbages, and then someone came on, and I was like, "Oh, I better do something more interesting." So I'm gonna do these cabbages anyway. What I'm doing right now is a color block out for some concept sketches that I'm gonna get into 3D. I've got 13 minutes is my deadline for the color block outs because I'd spend too long on them. You know what? Let's go big here. There we go. I'm sort of like practicing my concept art skills.
Nice.
It is nice. I've been having a really good time. I just like decided I wanted to make better sketches and work on like my 3D and that kind of whole workflow. Like my dream is that I could like have an idea, like I'm like, oh, imagine a chicken riding a rat riding a chicken, right? And I could sketch it, and I could make a beautiful vision for it, like creatively, like, you know.
I was just looking for art streams and found this one while I draw.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's be drawing buddies. Primal Gamer. Gamer or games? Are you a game artist or are you like learning? I'm like a game dev, but I'm learning to do art as well. So this is like, so I'm doing these blockouts kind of messily because I just hyperfixate on them otherwise.
No, this is just my Xbox gamer tag LOL.
Okay. What kind of stuff do you draw? Or art, like do art of? Oh man, this looks so awesome. Oh, I love it.
Mostly animals and dinosaurs with superheroes here and there.
Ah, cool. Any dinosaur superheroes?
What do you mostly draw?
So right now I'm working on, so I'm actually like an indie developer, I guess, like video game developer is my like main sort of thing. And so I made a game called The Digging Simulator about 2 years ago. I made a game called Touchy Feely last year, and I was like, I really want to like, but I really want to like make like more like, you know, like make it like more stories and more original and creative, I guess. So what I've been drawing lately is like I've been trying to learn how to do like concept art basically. So it's like I just love concept art, but it's like you need a concept to do the art, right? Like you can't just which is, you know, I'm also, since I've been learning to draw more, I've been like, oh, actually you can just draw whatever you want. Like I'll show you this picture I drew. How can I show it? Should not work, is it? Oh shit. No. Here we go. Like I was just like, what if I just drew a bug? You know, because I've just been learning to draw better. So like, here's this bug that I drew. I did it as an NFT because I was kind of like trying to learn how they work, but I don't really know what's supposed to happen after that. But it's been great. I've been learning to use the digital pen more, and hey everyone, gather around the bug. I also do a lot of live sketching. That's the thing, is I always did heaps of live sketching. So like these are my live sketches. I love live sketching, but it was so separate to my like digital world, and I was like, oh, how can I like get better at that basically? So, and how can I like sketch from my own imagination? Because I didn't really know how to do that. What I've been doing is I've been working on this game for like a couple, well, pretty much the whole year now, to be honest. I started by I also do a bit of writing. I just like making original stuff.
That's cool.
So this is my like creative development board, like where I like take ideas. I'm just trying to spend a bit of time fleshing out creative ideas every day before work. And so this tile, what do you guys think? These are the different names for the game: Time's Child, Child of Time's End, Time's Children, or The Girl at the End of the World. I can't decide. So anyway, like I wrote a whole story, and then I'm trying to like make concept art for the story, to learn how to make concept art basically, and also I need it for the game. And then ideally what I'll be able to do is make a prototype with like some good concept art, some good playable demo with like some nice art that kind of sells the vision, and then kind of like get people on board with it, and like basically just like make a full game. Like everything I've made so far has been sort of like an indie sort of, a bit rough around the edges. It's been cool, it's been great, but like, and yeah, I realized I don't want to be the developer. Like I'm probably better at development than make video games. But what I want to do is make stories, right? And to do that, like, you need to focus on the story and the game and that kind of like the world and the creative, and also to be a really good developer, you need to focus on that, I think. So it's like, how can I like find good developers to work with? Like, to be honest, I'll probably still, that's the thing, I don't actually know, because I love development too. So what I do is I do art on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then coding on Fridays and Saturdays, and writing on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's the only compromise I've found where I'm like, it's probably the happiest I've been creatively, because I'm doing all of it. All right. So
I'm just drawing this picture for my one close friend. Her dad unfortunately just passed away.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry to hear that, but it's nice of you to do that. Do something for it. That's a really nice idea, actually. I never thought of, that's actually such a nice idea for a gift, because it's like really unique and not something that you could just get on the way to the shop sort of thing. That's great. I'm gonna try that out. Well, actually, I made for our anniversary, I made my partner like an NFT, just because I was like, I kind of get like, everyone knows, like, if you're on Twitch, you probably have ADHD or something, but like I get hyper, focused on something and like
it's a baby and father lion laying down next to each other.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know, you can't show me, can you? I don't. Show me later, somehow. We'll find a way. All right. I've got 7 minutes left. Can I get the color down? This is a made-up deadline, by the way. I just like a bit of drama. I hate using hate's a strong word, but I don't like using the Photoshop on the computer, but that's just because I don't really know how to use it properly, to be honest. I use Photoshop on the iPad mostly. Have you thought about streaming, or do you stream? I'm kind of new to streaming generally, as you can probably tell. Well, I've been doing it for a little while now, to be honest, but I don't think I'm getting any better, so I don't know if that counts as new. So if I get that under there, and then I go like that. I'm going to be. Oh, Z. All right. So we're actually just about to launch a new app at work. Well, it's like a web XR experience. So if you want to check it out, it's called Raw, United by Emotions.
Nah, not for me. I like watching, but I don't really have anything to stream with, lol.
Don't have anything to stream with. Oh yeah, like because of the tablet and stuff like that. Yeah, it's So I'm using the iPad with Duet, which is pretty cool. But it's like it's a bit janky, to be honest. Like I would probably prefer just doing it on the iPad. I never had an iPad or anything like that, and then I got one because I wanted to learn how to do, bring my like creative spirit into the digital world, I guess, because I would only do life sketching, and I love pencil and paper so much. It's like always be close to my heart. Hang on. That's kind of cool. All right, let's get these guys in there as well. And yeah, don't worry about like interrupting or anything. I would just be babbling and forgetting what I'm saying. Like I interrupt myself more than anyone. But what I was saying was, and it'll scare me, and because I'm like, like a baby. Yeah, is that we're just about to launch a new update to we made an app for the Paralympics, and it's like a VR experience, but it's also on the web, so you can see it on your mobile, you can see it on a desktop. So you search Raw powered by emotion. So I was like essentially art director on that, and that's been really cool. I did all the storyboards and things like that, which is fucking great. And it was cool. It's for a good cause. It's for the Olympics. We did it with only 8 hours of overtime, which is like a first. The last project I did was called Mount Resilience, and we did it for the ABC, which is like Australia's like broadcasting network. And it's really cool. Like I really liked the concept, and we actually have a kickoff meeting for round 2. It's kind of like a fictional town showing like, Australia in the future dealing with climate change, but also sort of like a bit of, climate optimism kind of stuff. Like, oh, it's obviously going to be shit, but here's how we're going to be solving these problems, blah, 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 blah. It's basically the like government version of this story. And that's why I actually know quite a lot about this stuff, because I had to do a lot of research for the project. And also I was born in a house made of garbage, basically, in the bush. And my dad has a PhD in sustainability. So it's like, I'm not like a scientist. I'm like a science fan, is the way I put it. But like, I really love sort of like climate, I don't know, sustainable science, like thought, I guess. And what we can do, because reality is that like, we're going to deal with climate change, like as in we're going to deal with problems, but we're also going to solve the problems. And like, this problems are what tends to drive humanity to like evolve and get better and learn as culturally and stuff like that. So I think like I like imagining, how that'll look. So that was the app we did last year. And I probably did. It was the first project I directed. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Well, I do, but like it was brutal. And I did some days where I was working like 20 hours a day for like, I don't know how long. So yeah, this most recent project, it's been really good, actually. All right, how are we doing? It's all right, 7:59. All right, that's nice. I got a little bit more color in, which is good. Okay. Let's see if we can get that on there. One last thing. All right, dirt. And then it's time to go to Gravity Sketch. So Gravity Sketch is a virtual reality 3D tool. I fucking love it. Okay, maybe I need to do these for 2 hours and then I get an hour of paint and an hour of gravity sketch. So if you haven't seen gravity sketch before, be prepared to have your mind blown. Okay, it's definitely save, file, export. Alright, so I'm going to go into Gravity Sketch now, and Gravity Sketch is a 3D virtual reality sculpting tool, basically. It's the easiest way I can describe it. Sure. Actually... So I'm just going to upload the reference to Gravity Sketch. Yeah, my dream is that I can draw a picture, get it into Gravity Sketch, and make a sculpture in like one run. But I'm still learning like the levels of detail that I should do in a particular amount of time. And I think like understanding that like, I don't need to have a finished piece in one, understanding when I'm doing something because I just want to have something out quickly versus when I want to do like I want to work on a piece of art, a Mona Lisa sort of thing. I don't always have to work quickly, I guess, but I do, like, this is what I'm trying to do now. Oh, there's me on holiday when we're allowed to leave the country. Okay, oh yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Gravity Sketch up, which involves going to Oculus Casting. Alright, so I won't, oh no, I will be able to hear you because I've got the, it'll be fine. It'll be great. So yeah, I'll be able to hear you guys, like, if you have any questions, because it'll have the notification on. Let me just make sure that's working. If anyone wants to test that, just say something. It's not a trick, I promise. So yeah, going to get in, I think the goal is to make the house. That's pretty funny. What the fuck? Holy shit. I think alright. What the fuck's going on? My Quest is just bugging out really hard. Probably because I've had a 3D WebXR app running in the background for like 24 hours. Sorry, Questy. Okay, so I'm going to cast from the cast to the link. Next, okay, go to oculus.com/casting. I have done that. Hopefully you guys can see what I can see. You can. Excelente. Let's make this big. I guess I can. No, it's fine. Whatever. I never seem to get this in the right spot. Been tossing up. If anyone wants to say like, well, look, I'm pretty sure I can hear you. If I can't hear you, then I guess I won't know. And I probably won't say as much because the microphone's over there. But I'll probably forget that, so I'll probably just say whatever I want to say. So this is Gravity Sketch. It's by far my favorite thing to do. This is what, and I'm not. That's okay. No, thank you. I'm very excited about this landing pad collab. Does anyone here have Gravity Sketch? Hang on. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try and take a photo. I can't. Friends. Nah, these motherfuckers won't do it. Alright, another time. My dream is to like go to work, right? Like work with my friends, if you know what I mean. Like just hang out and make cool stuff. Am I gonna make another scene? Yes. I've been trying to decide whether I should be making a new scene every time I what the fuck's going on? Hang on. I'm gonna restart my just my track and keep going off. Okay, so new sketch. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I literally know all this gravity sketch. Well, actually, it looks like they've changed it. Looks like they've changed the settings. Sam's workspace. Times end. References. Nope. Okay. Per folder. So I'll just put them wherever. Great. Perfect. It's pretty cool though, right? Like, okay, so here's... Actually, this is just the same references before, that's right. Here we go. Yeah, I'm glad I got the colours in. A little sweetie. Alright. That's well, I guess the screenshots aren't the right like file format. That's okay. I know what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna start with the. I think I'm gonna start with the interior, just because why not? And I think I'm probably gonna do it as like one scene. I can hear you guys. Yeah, cool. And also, what I'll probably do is turn on mirroring. So it's sort of trying to do this kind of like isometric, right? This kind of Gaulic house. What is it? You can do this like... I can't remember. Oh no, that's Quill. That's Quill. How cool, how cool is this? Like, it's just, honestly, it's like my heaven. I don't, what I like about it actually is often the peace and quiet. So like, I hope you guys enjoy this, like, cause it's sort of, like I do the stream because I just love this part of it so much. I want to share it with people, but it also means that I like have to, be, well, to be honest, it's not that big a deal. It's like, you better appreciate me. Okay, so I reckon I'm just gonna do the whole fucking city in one match. What could go wrong? Because it's like, alright, there's your little... actually, yeah. Let's turn the mirror off. Oh no, let's keep mirroring for a little bit longer. Just don't get sucked into any, like... And this is another part of the process where I'm actually like, I probably don't need to spend that long on it. Because you can pretty much work it all out with the in the brush anyway, so yeah. Try not to overdo this bit. Just keep pressing the wrong button there. I saw that people were on and I got nervous, as usual. Oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong button. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay, Sammy. You're fine. I love this like simple plain art style too. Like I've wondered in the past like if I could actually make something with this basically, like this actual like make a complete thing. But anyway, that's a job for another day. Okay, so it's like meant to be this like kind of like Gallic hut, but like it's like a nice house. And you're actually, it's in VR, so you're actually gonna be like, you know, in it basically. Like, so it needs to be a good scale. Yeah, it's good scale, it's perfect. And then, you know what, I'm just gonna do it with, I'm not going to try and do the colored lines or anything. Why does that keep happening? What's going on? Is it the mirror?
What I'd pay for a mirror tool in real life for paper drawing, LOL.
That's so funny. It scares the shit out of me every time. Yeah, oh man, like, it's actually, yeah, it's the best. Like, I'm glad you're still here. I'm like, oh, is people gonna be here? Like, oh, Jesus. Fuck's sake. Sorry for my manners, everybody. I just am a bit, what's going on? My, like, tracking just keeps going funny. I don't know why. But that's not your problem. I'm going to reboot my headset. Oh, we'll see. If it goes one more time. Alright, I'm going to reboot my headset. Resume. Save. Clear. What are we going to call it? House. It's just basically the next level, I guess. And village. And yeah, I think it makes sense to have them like in their own each thing in its own file, I think. Hang on, I'm going to stop casting for a second, but you guys will be fine. I'm going to reboot my headset, something's up. Tracking is normally just like perfect. Just reboot that. Yeah, it's the same with Photoshop. I was kind of like, I have still been doing everything in like lots of stuff in a single file when I'm like, I don't really need to do that. Like, it's, hang on, group from layers, network. There we go. Homestead. I think because like, well, I don't even know if I was using Illustrator right, to be honest, but like, but I do like the idea of like, you know, well, what I like is the notebook where you can just turn a page and it's all there, right? But yeah, so I'm just sort of like learning like the best way to like manage like files and stuff. So with Gravity Sketch, I'm like, you know, I love the idea of having everything in one big, hang on. I think it thinks that I'm still downstairs or something, I don't know. Maybe it's just being a little shit. See, with Gravity Sketch, I'm still trying to figure out like the level of detail for like what to keep in a scene. Like, because one of the first things I did it all in one scene together and it was awesome and I had a really good time. But I guess it's not very manageable. Did that save? Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Oh my god. Did that not save? Oh, you little shit. To be honest, I've barely done anything. That's alright. That's fine. Surely it's saved. Hang on. Alright, let's get that going. There you go. This is what's been it should take like 2 seconds anyway, so I'm just gonna have another look. Surely it's saved. Is this surely isn't. It auto-saved this but not. Okay, that's fine. Don't have to have a crap attack. Give me more autosaves. You little fucking pricks. Unless did I save it in here? No. No. Alright, that's okay, that's okay. Alright. Speed round, let's see how far we can get. File manager. New sketch. I can't believe that didn't save. Alright, that's okay. You know why? It's because it had the this sketch in it, and it's probably too big or something. Okay. That's one thing you don't have to worry about with sketches, Dino Gamer or whatever. Is you don't have to worry about the fucking sketchbook not saving the picture. This happens to me more often than I'd like to admit. Alright, so yeah, I'm just not going to worry about color here, like that's already done in the sketch. You know what I will do is I will do the rest of it the place as well. Because it is like part of it. So it's kind of based on those like geodesic domes, kind of like, you know, hippie domes a little bit, but they're a good structure. I don't know what's so good about them, but people seem to like them. Alright, there we go, and then let's get the skylights in. Little pumpkin house kind of vibe too, which is nice actually. Let's do that. And I've been thinking like, yeah, like so this I've done way more than Photoshop. And that was the thing, I was always like, I do these great sketches, I think, like, how do I convert my like illustrative skill to this basically? Okay, so if we can just set the interior, if I can get the interior set up, I'll be laughing. I'll be laughing. Hey Siri, where are you? Set timer 30 minutes. Hey Siri, set timer 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Let's rock. This is what I've been working towards. Alright, ask me any questions, otherwise I am good if you do this in like 4D, like alright, so it's kind of like the beams, right? And then when you're in the house, which is, I think it's a pretty good scale. Hey, mama. You got mama, you got nanu, and then you're, I'm gonna stick this, there we go, alright, cool. So, there's the countertop. Actually, maybe it's, yeah, maybe we don't need this to be and then these joists come down, and then they're like, this could come back to that, and then maybe these countertops will come down a little bit too. Maybe this can go up a little bit. Like, what are we dealing with here? Yeah, I reckon these can all, like, how cool is this? Don't you reckon? Okay, so if we get Nanu, for the moment, let's imagine someone here, and they're like, okay, so if they're my height, this is pretty much my like scaling system. They kind of draw something in here. I think you kind of want everything to be a little bit smaller in the art style I'm going for, because it's cartoony. Alright, so they're my height. This place is pretty big then, but maybe not. And then that bench is good. Alright, cool, perfect. So yeah, maybe we'll like make it like you would, where it's like it's thicker on the outside than it is on the inside. See, it's sort of like these are like beams, and then this is all like, what is it? I'll put you over here. Sort of like interior space. Basically, it's pretty cool, right? Like, I just like, I don't know. Like, to me, this is like the coolest thing in the world. Basically, essentially, like, I just love it so much. Yeah, the whole place is maybe a bit too big, actually. Which means we need to get this up higher, this up higher, this up higher, this up higher. Because it's not meant to be like this giant cabin, it's meant to be this like homely home. Alright. There we go, that's a bit more homely. Still, you know, a bit of room to move. We got Mama over here. Let's just get her like fucking sitting like that. Yeah. That's funny. I'll do the characters later. That's just to get some scale, right? Like, even that feels pretty big, I guess. Yeah, okay. And I think we could probably do something more interesting with over here, like make it more of a lounge room or something. So let's figure that out later. Okay, so we got a sink. Gotta have a sink. Everyone has a sink. Little tap. I'm not gonna shit. And then like, does this one need to come over a bit? Probably. And then this is a little cooking area. Little pot. So I wonder if I can speed this bit up and get into the blockouts sooner. And actually start making some geometry. So, what do you reckon, kids? Okay, so here we've got spice rack. Oh, there we go. There's some bottles of stuff. And lots of cupboard space. Gotta have cupboard space. My utopia, everyone has cupboard space. Because it's gonna be this weird shape, right? So there's that, and then we're gonna have some herbs, some dried herbs. just random shit here. Alright, I'm gonna switch to the pen I like more. And I'm gonna get more like a grey. There we go. Oh, it looks so much better. Alright. It's almost like, could I make that? Okay, so then I'm gonna turn off the mirror, hopefully, if this works. Alright, and I'm gonna make a new layer, because that layer is ugly. Plus, make that a bit lighter, and we'll lock it. Delete you, go to you. Did that work? No, it's the wrong one. Lock you, unlock you. Okay. Oh man, I wish I could just do this all day. Oh wait, nope, don't get distracted. As tempting as that is to get distracted. So let's go for it, is what I reckon. So, kind of structure that I'm looking at here is like, pretty much, well, okay, so, let's get all you guys have to, that's forever trapped there. This is that. Okay, every stroke that's mirrored stays mirrored. I gotta remember that. Okay, there we go. So that opens up another spot there. So okay, so if to be too prescriptive, so if this is like the kitchen ring. Right, which means, and then I've got here another space for like other shit, pretty much, which kind of makes sense. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that like that. Does that work? Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. And then this is just like a miracle, right? So if that's another nook there, that's fine. So this is the like, it's the kitchen, which, because there's this like staircase that goes like up to here. So I'm imagining sort of like that basically. It's a pretty steep staircase, but you get the idea. Yep. So interesting. It seems like people liked the drawing more than they like the VR stuff, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so yeah, okay, so if that's the staircase up, let's just draw a staircase. Now here it's sort of implied that like comes kind of like, well, okay, so if we do another dome, maybe this is all kind of like raised up a bit as well, but so if we do another dome like here, but I guess it has to be smaller, right? Like it's like a little bedroom dome. Well, and yeah, these stairs are fucking huge, right? So like, what's her face is the girl at the end of the world. She's always running up the stairs because that's what kids do. So let's get her about to scale. Ah, yahoo! Look going up the stairs. Mama, Papa! Mama, no! And she's sort of like, you know, still a kid, but like emotionally intelligent and kind of like still likes to run upstairs kind of vibe. Okay, so probably, yeah, I think we're just gonna go for it. Where's my picture? There we go. So that's here. Alright. So this is interesting. So that's like down like that, and then that's like that. I literally could do this every second of the rest of my life and not mind. So that seems pretty big. sort of go. But it's pretty accurate. I think I just gave it a bit of. So I imagine, yeah, that would sort of like sit against the just outer shell, so which we won't worry about yet. And then, okay, so say there's a dome here. Which is about right. And then maybe, okay, so yeah, maybe the dome doesn't have to sit flush, like in the sense of, yeah, something like that. It needs to be bigger. Oh, this place is gonna be fucking sick. And then so for this dome though, it's like an actual dome. It's an actual dome. So that, right? And then it's got like, so what are we looking at here? So it comes out to a floor, basically. You know the ones. Like that. Classic floor. And then she has a little half dome. Maybe, yeah, you know what would be kind of cool? So like, maybe the floor is like a bit lower for some reason. Why? So she can, okay, so she's like, so she is you. You play this character. And then sort of like, this is like, there's to be some level of privacy. Maybe the stairs can just keep going up. Like that, right? Yeah, that's kind of cool. My family loves curves in buildings and people, I guess. It's fun. And she's got her own little, like, mezzanine, basically, is the idea. Maybe we can just get a bit higher. We can also always make the bubble bigger. Like that, right? And when she's up there, that's pretty good for a kid. Like, she's like fucking, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I don't know a lot about kids and what their ages mean, so maybe I should figure that out. So it's kind of cool. So then there's like, the parents' bedroom is like here, and it's like, whatever, doesn't really matter at this point, because it's kind of more set design. And then her bedroom is like here, and I don't know, why not just give them a weird bed? It's the future, right? And piece de la resistance, she has a telescope. Oh my god, fuck, I love this shit. Alright, now the parents, of course, have both a bedroom and a... Hey Siri, what time is it?
It's 8:34 a.m.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. Yep. Alright, so, and then we have this sort of like exterior... So maybe it's like the stairs go up one way and then down the other. Well, poor Nanu, she's like, her bedroom's like, she has to go up and down stairs to get to it. That sounds kind of shit. Too bad. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if it was like another mezzanine, right? Like, yeah, it would be cool. And then, okay, so the idea here is I haven't really thought too much about this side of things. Okay, well, what that does do is it puts us in a weird position for the door in. Like if so now we're basically, at this point, looking at the silhouette. And I don't want to be too true to the silhouette, like it's pretty good, to be honest, but we don't have to be too prescriptive. Okay, for example, do we need this many stairs? Like, so I'm a little kid. I just found a radio receiver to an ancient past. And they're like, all right, let's talk to Nanu. Cheat, 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 cheat. Holy moly, it's big up here. I like it. Wow, and there's a bedroom, there's Mama's bedroom. We'll go down there. Yeah, that's sick. The interior is probably the most important, so maybe we should just work with that. It seems strange that this would be... Well, okay, so maybe then, okay. So then this is like the other chunk, right? As seen on TV. And then just kind of just like dirt. So this is all that sort of like a shit material pretty much. And then maybe, it's like, why would they like, that's kind of like an entrance, like this one, here, like that. Now maybe we can do this little courtyard. It's pretty true to the, and then we can have the other entrance here. Which is this, it also has a little sort of, you know, knick-knack, paddywhack, etc. You know, the old knick-knack, paddywhack, etc. Yeah, I think, like, that's the thing, is I'm pretty sure that, like, for me at least, like, doing this 2D thinking first, well, you know, I don't, it's that different to what I would do when I'm in 3D, but I guess I'm very capable in 2D of, like, knowing what the outcome's going to be, right? So, it's kind of interesting. It's this sort of, like, lintel that, like, and then connects with that. And it's all a bit like old school but also futuristic is kind of the vibe. Like old school in the sense of like, you know, agrarian and nice and I don't know, it's just cool. And just world building. Like this is, I find this stuff really fun. And I love fiction. To be clear, the reason I'm like always saying I love fiction, I want to do fiction, is because at work we essentially make documentaries, which is fun, but like, well, it's not fun. Actually, it's quite boring. Like, I like the work. Do I like reality that much? Not really, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, this was kind of cool. My dad would fucking love this place. So yeah, my dad basically built like a ship. Well, it's not even an airship, like in the sense of what an airship is. It's more of a, but it's all made out of reclaimed materials, and yeah, it's out in the bush, runs fully on solar, on car batteries. It's been running fully on solar since like the 90s, you know, like it's not like a Johnny come lately, whatever. Actually, that's a good idea. Hey Siri, record idea. No, hey Siri, take note. Idea for stream with dad. He watches me. He like directs me to draw all these crazy ideas. So he watches and then we talk about it because he loves that shit. Did you get that?
Okay, I created a note. Idea for stream with dad, he watches me direct me to talk. It says idea for stream with dad, he watches me direct me to draw all his crazy ideas. So he watches and then we talk about it because that shit.
Okay, oh my god. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Quote my housemate. Okay, so what's this going to be? This is going to be like the house house geometry. That's what I'm going to try and get done in the time that we've got left. You and I, the viewer. Oh, okay. Alright. Bricks only. Well, yeah, let's see. I can probably do, I should do it as, actually, it's just crazy to me that this isn't like the coolest thing anyone's ever seen. Okay, there we go. Lock. That's okay. So I'm gonna try and keep this as low poly as possible. That's another thing I'm like realizing is that I'm just doing too many polys basically, for like not strategically. There we go. So I'm definitely gonna need one there. Definitely gonna need to change the color to something to be easier to see. So sort of like, no, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Well, it kind of does if I can just do this, right? Like make it like a geodesic dome. Oh, hang on. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Is I'm gonna try to make as little extra cuts as possible until I'm more confident. No, actually, you know. Fuck it. It's literally a geodesic dome. So it's like, this is the one time that, well, not one time. And like, I could definitely be doing this with more precise tools, basically. And let's use this as our guide. In fact, I probably should be, but like, I do quite like this way of doing it. bit so much. It's too big. It's pretty good. I'm wondering if I can do like a, I should do one last. Kind of makes sense to me, but I guess we don't need to do it straight away. Like, I think that's like, one mistake I make is that I make the, I get lost in the wrong level of detail. Now, how I'm going to cut these windows out, I don't actually know. That's a question for another day, I think. How's it feeling here? It's pretty cozy. What's this ground plane? Oh yeah, because it's a square. Alright, that's good. Oops. Okay, so then if I turn on this layer, turn off this layer, stay here. Alright, so if we, let's make it a little bit more faded. Please show the belt. No. Alright. Hey Siri, stop. What time is it? 8:49. Okay. Bricks. Let's
It's
get this.
8:49 a.m.
Thank you, Siri. Thank you. Okay, so the question is, do I pivot? What do I pivot? So I should be able to do this, right? No. I'm just going to pivot that. There we go. So these are the doors. So it should line up pretty good. And then mirrored, bake mirrored. Okay, the mirror is over. So let's do one for each sketch. I think it is good doing these little extra sketches. And then it's a bit higher. And then actually, Hey, what's going on here? What? Oh no. I'm gonna save that. It's not very confidence inspiring. Clear. House and village. Done. So weird. Well, what does that mean? Oh no. Oh, because didn't I bake the mirror? Okay. And I bake it, and then... Oh, what the fuck? What have I done? Oh no. Alright, so if I go like... Oh, fuck's sake. Fucking cooked it. Alright, this isn't supposed to happen. But it's okay. So now I should be able to... Nope. It's very weird. So... Honestly, it's pretty weird. It's okay. This is not a big problem. I just... yep, okay, thank you, thank you. Now if I bake that... It's weird, so it's just like you can't like... I'm just gonna do this quickly. It's alright, I guess. Should probably get to work. Dang it. Yeah, I reckon, yeah, this is good. Like the corridor, it makes sense to me that the corridor would be kind of its own thing, and there's like a different footprint that we can figure out later, basically. So here we go. So that's like that. And yeah, this I feel like would probably be a more efficient way. There would be a more efficient way to do this, but it's just. For now, it's hugging the. Well, you know, this is the idea, right? Is it's its own little cabin. Sometimes you just got to trust your own like visual decisions. And that's like the payoff to spending that time doing visual decision making, as opposed to like immediate gratification sort of. You guys can't hear me, can you? Said you guys can't hear me, can you? That's I realized like someone mentioned how quiet I am on what was just like my normal stream, and I was like, oh fuck, you should hear my other stream. Okay, so what would be insane would be to try and okay, no, I do want this to be like this actually. Alright, I gotta get a coffee. So this stream is over. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Shout out to Dino Man. Yeah, I wonder if I could like extrude a base out of it, like this. Alright. I'm just gonna try one thing. Oh, because what is it? It's like coming from. So this is like the wall. It would come down like that, right? Yeah, I'll figure that out later. It's good. Cool. Hang on. Cool, well done, thank you. It's nice having some people watching for a while, it was kind of cool. Freaked me out as usual, that's alright. Apart from that, see you later.